Yep, you've got these lovely banks here, but the cones aren't fresh, they're old cones, waiting for a bushfire by the looks of it. So we could have another bad bushfire season just coming in here, and we got all some Peltata foliosa hookery eyes, so you know they'll be ready to harvest seed from. They're just coming into flower, so you know that'll be later on. Just going to walk through here, see if I can find any other wits down here. You seem like walk down this place and it's got all sorts of different levels. So yeah, thought you might like to see it. I mean, as I said, it was just so obvious in W. There's definitely something going on. You know what I mean? It was just, yeah, just. Yeah, you stop. As I said, the best part for me was the road to Nannup. All along that road, you stop the car, there will be a different assortment of pigs, different one. And along the road, you just stop one, there will be a different one, sort of thing. As I said, it's just like that in my childhood, sort of thing. You go down the road, 3 or 4 of the species would be the same, but everything else was different. So, yeah. Anyway, so I think you're going to have to work out the difference between here and WA. What is the difference? What is is there a crossover point? You know, some sort of, well, it wouldn't be an arbitrary divide. It'd be some sort of, you know, some sort of geological, some sort of ecological divide, probably based on soil chemistry, I would think. You cross over and you probably get the best of both worlds sort of situation. You've got to have a bit of both to get things to work, sort of thing, which is probably the key trap. You know, as I read out of that book, you know, other materials that have the same sort of characteristics and physical properties of peat don't seem to work. And of course, then you've got all the other thing about, you know, do you have the right organism in there? Because you can't grow an organism from an extinction process. You know, there's nothing, if there's no cells there to start the organism off, you can't grow it, sort of thing. So, you know, if you haven't got the organism in your pot, you've got to get it into your pot somehow. But if it's extinct, you can't do that, sort of thing. But if it's in another part of the country and if for some reason it can't get across the border to some sort of geological anomaly or some chemical anomaly, there's something in your soil that doesn't allow it to grow, or there's some essential element over there that it needs, sort of thing. You know, contrasting counter arguments there. You know, you can have it. I mean, you could have it both ways. You're lacking the element it needs, and there's some other element in the soil that's inhibiting it. So it just won't grow. You know what I mean? So you've got to take your contrasting element out of the soil and put in the one that it wants. Could be a situation like that. I mean, that can easily make a 4-fold factor in growth. You're taking something out, gives you a 2-fold factor after you've got the one that it has to have, which is essential. So you could get a 4-fold growth response by just that sort of basic situation. And wow, don't you just, I mean, it's just amazing. People don't realise once they're dead, that's it. They don't get to see anything like this, and you can't take this with you. So, you know, why are we fussing and fighting over things, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's that way Alexander the Great used to just put swords through people. He realised that. You're just getting in the way, you know. If you don't understand that, yeah, that's it. Problem solved, move on, sort of thing. Yeah. But I suppose you can only take that just so much, and then that's why they got rid of him. Oh God, he wants to go off on another journey, another quest or something, take us with him. So they poisoned him, basically. Oh, we've had enough. We've been fighting for 20 years, basically. It's time to settle down and have kids, build families, and reap the rewards of our labour, sort of thing. He wants to go off on another bloody war come quest. Empire build, sort of thing. No, we're not having that. That's the last straw. Can you imagine what would have happened if he hadn't have been poisoned? how much of the known empire would be even greater and larger, vaster. Okay, well, hopefully the camera's picking up all this lovely, gorgeous sunlightage, and yeah, I do that. It's a hangover for my son who, you know, started using the age. I don't think we've found a word that you can't put age onto yet. Maybe we're struggling, we're not trying hard enough. So this goes down to the sort of creek line sort of thing, and I'll better show you. So there is water flowage downhill. That's what everyone says, you know, they've got to be, you know, the roots need oxygen, blah, blah, blah. But I'm working towards anaerobic nitrogen fixation, you know. Well, there you go, fellas. Kids do actually do other things than watch their Xbox after school. But yeah, I like it all down there, and look at the mossage. There's the bridge over there, but we might just go down here and just, I don't know, have a wander, have a bit of a squiz, as we say down under. See the flow rateage on this riparian creek bed fringe. Oh, bit of saponification in the water there. Hopefully that's natural saponification. Now we got plants growing in the water, but then again the water would be somewhat oxygenated. I think they say you have to have water moving at least half a metre, or I think it was 53 centimetres in a second or something to get oxygenation. Any slower than that and you lose full oxygenation of the water. So you might want to keep that in your back pocket, in your mind, if you're going to set up anything and you think that oxygenation of the water is important for your CPs or something. That's the sort of flow rate you need, you know, about 53 centimetres per second. So half a metre per second flow runnage across the surface will give you full oxygenation, basically. Anything less than that, you'll be getting less than full oxygenation of the water, because there's only 20% oxygen in there anyway. So you know. So if you had a cylinder of oxygen, which is probably dangerous, but you had 5 times as much oxygen, you could run it 5 times more slowly, I would say, and just bubble in the oxygen. Anyway, if the mathematics is roughly proportional, it probably isn't. You know, quite a lot of the biological things run on enzymes with cofactors and things like that. So, you know, they can do things you can't basically do in a test tube, because they've got enzymes which have been built up over, you know, eons, basically, to do special tasks and jobs. And yeah. What do they call that now, where they study those things and try to inculcate them? That's not the word. It came out of the grass prairies of America. You know, you see what nature does, and then you try and copy it, and then maybe improve on it, sort of thing. So, yeah, back for this. This is going to be a long one, isn't it? Oh yeah, I may have to shut it off soon, but goes out there. I don't know. I like this thing. You know, I've got used to this, because southern Aberland, Australia, is a very messy country, but you get used to it. You know, if you like the old Bukowski, you're born into it, sort of thing. You get used to it very rapidly. It's messy. That's why I can't stand people that, you know, always cleaning up after yourself. I'm saying, well, you're wasting half your life. Learn from the bush. That's wasted energy in a way. You know, a certain level, yeah, but you know, if you're always sitting around, you're wasting half your life when you could be doing other things, you know. Okay. Anyway, I think that's about it for this one. I just thought I'd get out here, have a look. They are running to time, almost exactly the time. Oh, as I said, round about the 17th, basically when the lawn peaks come out, and they only came out 2 days ago. So you know, 17. You know, we're the 28th today, I think it is. -2, 26, because the lawn peaks came out 2 days ago. So they're really within a week, spot on basically. So that's what I'm saying. And so I assume everything else is going to run the time, even though the grids are really small this year, and they're, you know, and as I said, there doesn't seem to be the standard pollination that we normally have. But then the rains came really late. We didn't really have those rains we normally have in June into July. They've only just come basically, and it's really late. So you know, that's half the problem, I think. It's not a standard year. We've also had all these bushfires. Maybe some of the insects have got, you know, maybe they were grubs under the ground sort of thing, and they got roasted in the bushfire. It just got too hot. Normally they can cope with the fires, but these ones was just so massive and so big over such a vast area. So many of them got roasted, and maybe they guide themselves using scent or something, and it's been wiped out, or they can't smell it properly. It's too much residual ash and smoke in the air, and they can't, you know, guide themselves to the normal areas or something. You know, we head west because of this or something, and they can't smell it, so they just can't get there. I don't know, but as I said, it just seems a bit weird that they're so few and far between than the normal standard number of, you know, sometimes you can get some plants that all flowers have set seed in those nice fat pods, and it's just not the case this year. So, and down here on the corner, there's usually a massive, somewhere down here, just up from the bridge, there's usually a massive pelties or something. So, and it's a good spot to, you know, harvest a few seed capsules, I think. Anyone can do it. As I said, this is not a reserve, this is just a sort of dead end sort of place, so it's quite legal to do it here. And as I said, I follow the Wallace rule, you know. Harvesting seed is okay because the plants are designed to do that. They're designed to put more seed into the environment than the environment can support. So they're not going to miss a few, you know. Oh, where is it? It was down here somewhere. Oh, as I said, it's weird. I thought they would have been here somewhere. I can't see them, but anyway. As I said, not your usual typical year, but we are on the end of this great millennial drought that's still going on, basically. And the massive bushfires interstate is still a sign that don't let them tell you bullshit that it's over. It's not. Oh wow, look at this one's taken over. Look at this. Look at this carpet. I think this is another one of your oxalis, a different species. Remember that band that runs up near the Minkawa site? Whoa, this one's taking over. I wonder what sort of organics that's going to put into the soil. Oh gee, that's almost like a, what do you call it? A mono, whatever it is, of just the one species. This oxalis weed looks like it's taken over, look at it. Gone rampant. I mean, that wasn't there 5 years ago. So, yeah, anyway, I think that's enough. It's got a different flower colour, I think. Yeah, it's this one here. It's this. You probably recognise it. It's probably another one of your South Afri friends or something. Sort of instantaneous recognition for you, I would say. Oh no, not that dreaded weed. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's enough gas bagging for one day. I'll go to a few other sites, see what they're like. We'll see if we can get some easy joy sort of thing, because I don't want to work myself too hard, not with the current situation. I'll talk more about that on the email sort of thing. So yeah, over and out, back vistas, and we'll start walking back to the car. See ya.